Okay, so hello, Sir David. Today, me and my friend Barney are going to have some conversation regarding for our final exam. So we're going to start part one. Okay, so Barney, how do you normally spend your holidays?
Well, usually I spend my vacation time having fun with my friends. I like traveling with my friends and visiting various tourist attractions. Like for example, last semester's holiday, my friends and I went on holiday to Pulau Seribu in Jakarta, more precisely Pramuka Island. Uh, there we did we did lots of fun things like snorkeling, enjoying the sunset, barbecue, and many more. And however, when I spend holidays in my hometown, I usually spend more time helping in my parents' shop as a form of devotion to my parents. However, I also still spend the time to keep learning during the holidays. For example, like I'm learning illustration and design skills.
Okay, so for the next question, how many different places have you lived during your lifetime?
During my lifetime, so far I have lived in some places like when I was born and when I was born, I lived for like several years in Palembang. But when I am in kindergarten, I moved to Lampung because of my father's job. And I only live in Lampung for 2 years. And then I started entering when I started entering elementary school. I went back to living in Palembang until I graduated from high school. And after that, I went abroad and live in a boarding house in Gading Serpong, Tangerang, to study at UMN.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, my turn. Are there any trends that have a negative impact on people's life?
Actually, there are several trends that have a negative impact on a person's life. One of them is, of course, social media. Social media is a platform that allows us to know more about information outside our world, and it is also a form of entertainment. Unfortunately, people use social media only for entertainment, and sometimes they can even become addicted and waste a lot of their time in that day. The existence of social media also makes people carry out cyberbullying without thinking about the impact of their words to other people. Apart from cyberbullying, social media can create laziness for people to directly socialize with each other in the real world.
Okay, next. What are the main environmental issues affecting your country at the moment?
So, the environmental problem that was currently occurring in Indonesia is pollution. Pollution, which is mostly produced by vehicles, is one of the main causes of environmental problems. Emission gases produced by vehicles make the surrounding air unclean to be breathed, which can cause various types of diseases such as TBC maybe or even lung cancer. So, in my opinion, the cause of this pollution is, of course, caused by too many petrol-powered vehicles, which creates gas emissions. I think it is better to use electric vehicles so that the gas emission can be reduced, and also apart from electric vehicles, planting trees or plants in urban areas can really help reducing those pollution.
Okay,
Okay,
that's for our part one.
okay. So for the second part, Barney, can you explain what you see in this picture?
This picture, in my opinion, this picture explains the branding process where we need to determine the brand name and brand identity that we want to use so that people can recognize it. For example, if we want to design a food brand, we need an identity that reflects our food brand. Then we can determine the color of the brand we want to design, um, because each color has a different impression. And for example, red red is related to our emotion like love and anger, and green can relate to nature, and like uh, black can give us impression of elegance. Okay, next we need to determine the right strategy and method for marketing our brand so that we can reach the target market of our brand more precisely.
Okay.
Okay, next, Edel, can you describe this photo for me?
So I think, in my opinion, the image is used to be a thumbnail for a video, maybe, or even a book cover that will tell you and explain to the users about how to start with package designing. Package designing, I think it is something that should not be underestimated, because it will greatly influence on people's perspective on the things that uh, we want to sell from it. So from the picture, as we can see a woman writing something on the package, possibly the address or the name of the customer that orders the item from her. You can also see that there are several art tools that she used, such as scissors, markers, pens, uh, paper, books, and many others. Which I think it might be interesting uh, for to make some elements in her work. From her expression, as we can see, the woman looked like she really enjoyed what she's doing. From the background, I think it is uh, in the morning, because we can see the bright sun, and the sun is not in above position yet.
Okay, that's for our part two. Okay, for part three, now we're going to discuss a topic about the process of devising names of products. First of all, Edel, can you tell us your opinion about how to name a product?
I think, in my opinion, naming a product is not as simple as it sounds. Some important aspects need to be considered first before we name a brand, such as, does it have a meaning in any other language? Does it has a chance to stand out in many other brand names? Does it connects and feels related to the product or not? And many more. How about you, Barney? Have you ever named a product before?
Well, I never name a product completely from the start, but I have done a rebranding of a product from my visual communication design assignment. That the product name is Kriya Nusantara, and when I was rebranding that name, I had to think thoroughly about the brand identity that Kriya Nusantara gave off. So it can be connected to other aspect of a product like the logo, the color that it used, and the product, and many others. So I think when it comes to naming a product, it's important to create a brand identity first before we create a name for a product. That's all. But Adele, do you have anything additional regarding this process?
For me, as a visual communication design student, there are some important process that must be included while we're trying to find some good names for the product that we want to find the name. First, it is brainstorming. While brainstorming, you can use your mind map to see the things that are describing the product. For example, you are trying to find a name for a steak restaurant. So you can use some words such as meat, chicken, beef, and some other things that names just like that. And after that, you get the words that you like. After you get the names that you like, you can filter it also, and so it can fit your category perfectly and unique for the product. You can also combine the words and create new unique names. For example, the word carnivore and beef. So you can combine them into carniv. Okay, so I think that's it for me. Those are the things that I usually consider before I name something. How about you, Barney? What is an ideal name of a product for you?
Well, for me, an ideal name for a product is a name that can easily be remembered, and it can easily to understand and communicate the values of the product. So every time people hear the name of the product or see the name of the name of the product, they immediately think of the product itself. For example, like the good name of a product is McDonald's. When we hear McDonald's, the first thing that comes to mind is the burger, right? That's how good the name of the McDonald brand is. And personally, I think that's how an ideal name of a product should be. So I think that is my answer. Now I'd like to ask you about your commitment in devising name of products. Can you devote yourself at all full time to devising names product?
Uh, to be honest, I don't like brainstorming ideas or doing something related to naming something. Even though I know that it is really important, but I feel like that it is not what I like and it is not what I am called to be. How about you, Barney? Will you devote yourself on having a full-time job devising names?
Same like you. I think I'm not really good at naming products as well because the reason I joined this visual communication design major is to learn and master illustration and motion graphics. But I still want to learn about naming a product. So it's fine for me if I can have side have naming product as a side job, but I cannot devote myself to a full-time job. So um, I think I also already commit to devote myself to having a full-time job in illustration. So it's a no for me.
Okay.
That's it for our part three.
Okay, so now for the next part, for part four, we are going to talk about on how to decide on what are we going to do or where we are going to do when we are with our friends. So Barney, as a friend of mine, what do you usually do to decide on what we are going to do when we are together with our friends?
Well, usually I just go with the flow, but if I have a place that I want to go, I usually tell my friends and ask if they want to go there too. What about you, Edel? How do you decide what to do with your friends?
Okay, yeah, about that, our friends usually say that they don't know on what they are going to go or what are they going to do at that time. So we usually do nothing until one of us has an idea on what are we going to do. Usually, I am the one who suggests some things to consider before we are going to do something. The easiest yet the hardest thing to decide is where to eat for dinner. We usually try to find a new place or restaurant to eat, but we end up eating at the same restaurant like yesterday or even the day before yesterday. About that, Barney, can you please tell me what makes it really hard to decide on things that we are going to do?
Uh, I think it's because sometimes we have so many options that it makes us confused and we end up going to the same place all over again. And also often something we plan suddenly becomes something we actually do. Sometimes and sometimes we have planned to hang out, but usually when the day of the trip approaches, those plans are being cancelled. So surprisingly, if we plan it suddenly, it can actually work. So now we tend to do just go with the flow and plan so suddenly. Okay, Edel, where do you usually get the ideas to go with your friends?
You know me, I scroll through my social media like really a lot. I have the most time spent on Instagram between all of you, which give me some ideas sometimes. There are lots of reviews in Instagram Reels, which sometimes give me curious feeling and wanting to try it out. And usually my friends agree with me. And I only specialize finding new restaurants to try, but other than food, it is the girls that are usually good at finding some place to try to enjoy having fun. How about you, Barney? Where do you usually get the ideas, and why do you think we tend to go to the exact same place over and over again and never get tired of it?
Well, for the first question, it's the same as your answer. I spend a lot of my time on social media, especially on TikTok. There is a lot of content about food reviews that that say that the food at this restaurant is very delicious and it's a must try. And usually, if the restaurant is close to where I live now, I want to try it too. And but not only food, it's also reviews of exciting holiday spots, and it can encourage me to be interested in trying it. Um, that's where I get ideas for traveling with my friends. And the reason we tend to go to the exact same place again, I think it's because we are used to doing everything that it's still in our comfort zone. Like we are not used to or afraid or just being lazy to do everything that is outside our comfort zone. So we often choose the same place over and over again. And personally, I think the reason we never get tired of it is because we go there and spend time with the right people who have things in common with us, so that we are very comfortable and happy to go and spend time together with them. Even though it is still the same place we once go, but I think that's because we really enjoy spending time together. What do you think about my opinion, Idol?
I think you're really right, Barney. The most important part when we are on vacation or doing some things that we like or don't like, the most important thing is the people around us. No matter where we are, if we are with the right person or the right people, everything will be fun with them no matter what.
I also strongly agree with you. Okay, that's all for our conversation. Thank you.